This is what we should expect Sonic Prime to be like. Hello Procrastinator, Sam here, and today I want to talk about what we should expect from Sonic Prime. I talked a lot about, the voice acting changes and, the main reaction to Sonic Prime, but now I want to talk about what we should expect. One of the worst things going into anything is having a set expectation, but having whatever that thing is not meet that expectation. So I figured it's good for us to go through, some of the writers that are confirmed for Sonic Prime, see what their writing style is like, see what they've been saying, and go into the show with that expectation. Also, just to note, I did make some bullet points here, some notes here, so if you see me kind of staring in this direction, it's because I just want to make sure I'm on track. So here we go. One of the writers named Justin Peniston, Man of Action. Can I just get a moment of silence for this dude's name? I know damn well he got made fun of in school for it. Listen, Justin, I'm sorry. My name is Sam, and I got the brunt of all type of Sam jokes in school. I get your pain. I was called Samantha, Sammy, green eggs and ham, all the jokes under the sun. Trust me, I got them. I'm really sorry, bro. Again, moment of silence for my dude Justin. Anyways, Justin is known for some DC comics like Blue Beetle. He worked for IDW's Eternal Descent and Disney XD's Avengers Assemble. Now, regarding Avengers Assemble, he specifically worked on the episode By the Numbers, and I ended up watching it because I wanted, again, to get an idea of what we should expect for Sonic Prime. And I have to say, the episode was, from what I watched, it was well written. Again, I didn't watch, Avengers Assembled, and I don't know the full context of every episode, but from what I saw in this one episode, it was well written. There was a good amount of action and a lot of wit. In fact, in the beginning of the episode, the Avengers are playing dodgeball, like on their ship or whatever, and the Hulk in his deep voice goes, "I hate this game," and it got a genuine laugh out of me. But it's not just just them doing whatever. This is an Avengers show. There's action. The rest of the episode, there was a lot of action, and it was them fighting legitimately. So I loved it. The dialogue seemed great, and honestly, it made me really excited to see what we have in store for Sonic Prime. Why is my right eye twitching? Do you see that? What the hell? What is going on? Okay, anyways. He also wrote for Gormity with the episode called The Sacrifice. And I'm gonna be honest, this one seems like it was for a way younger audience. Not my cup of tea. But when I'm focusing on just the writing was kind of like whatever. It wasn't anything bad. It wasn't anything like amazing like Avengers Assembled. But it definitely was a tone change. So I didn't really expect too much going in, and I was just kind of left with so there really wasn't anything too crazy there. He also wrote for Mega Man Fully Charged. Now, I will say this right out the gate. Mega Man Fully Charged, Mega Man fans are not... it depends on where you land. Most of them don't really like the show because, again, it is for younger kids. And that is a little worrying because they did say, Sonic Prime is the age for people between 6 to 11. But they did, say like longtime fans will get something out of this too. But from what I saw from Mega Man Fully Charged is the animations were really stiff. In fact, my main problem with the Mega Man show was the backgrounds. It always looked like everywhere, like everything was lifeless around them. Wherever the fighting scene would take place, it always seemed like they were in the middle of like a pre-Stockton area for whatever animation program they have in the studio, but they get some like a stock city, a stock park, a stock room, and that's where it seemed like it was happening. So I hope Sonic Prime doesn't do that. I think the Sonic Universe, there's a lot of potential for a lot of interesting areas, a lot more colors, and a lot more of the Sonic world we're used to seeing. So I have more faith in the Sonic universe being in 3D, that it will look better than Mega Man Fully Charged. But there was one specific episode that Justin wrote for. It was called Swish. And I will say the writing was fine. It was nothing great, nothing like totally like groundbreaking, right? But that episode in particular does seem good out of, the entire pack of Mega Man Fully Charged. That episode did seem like it was decent, and from what I saw from some Mega Man fans, is that episode was actually pretty good in the grand scheme of that whole show. So again, that's good. I'm really happy to see that, even for a show that is not that particularly liked by Mega Man fans, they will point to that one and say, you know what, that one was actually pretty good. So you know what? Good. And in Mega Man, there is a good amount of action. Not all the time, though. There is some action here, I guess I should say. And the action is not totally flashy like you'll see in like Avengers Assembled or anything like that, because Avengers Assembled is 2D animated. Mega Man is 3D like Sonic will be. So it wasn't like the action scenes in it are decent, I guess I would say, but they're not like anything totally crazy or something that I guess, we may have seen in stuff like Sonic X, but there was action scenes nonetheless. The next one we have is Ben 10. Now, there's a lot of Ben 10 shows out there, but the Ben 10 show I'm referring to is the most recent one that was on Disney XD, DX. I want to say DX, but it's XD, director's cut. I want to say DX because, I'm a Sonic fan, but no, it's XD. From what I saw in the Ben 10 show, it's nothing too serious. It is definitely for a younger fan base. And I will say Ben 10 fans did not like the show too much from what I've seen. And that show just seemed like it was like kind of... Honestly, out of all the shows that I've watched, the Ben 10 show seemed like the one that would be the most disconnected. I mean, it didn't really feel like a Ben 10 show. It just felt like a show with Ben 10 characters. That's what Ben 10 fans are saying. But what I will say, though, is while that's true for the recent Ben 10, Duncan Rollo, who is the other writer for Man of Action, the person who has confirmed to be working on Sonic Prime, this is what he had to say on Twitter. Well, the hedgehog's out of the bag. Man of Action Entertainment have been cooking this up for years. It'll be some time until its release, but we couldn't be more excited about being part of such a massive undertaking as this show promises to be. Updates to come. So that's one of the first tweets Duncan mentioned regarding Sonic Prime, and I'm happy to hear that they have been cooking this up for years. I think when anything is worked on longer, it'll be better. I have a firm belief of that, and that's why, again, I'm voting for, Battle Wonderworld to be, delay it. Like, I feel like when things are worked on longer, it's better. It's common sense, so I'm happy to see that they've been working on this for years. So a little bit about Duncan. He worked as an artist for multiple DC and Marvel comics, and he is actually the creator of the Ben 10 series. And I asked my friends who watched the old Ben 10 series or the other Ben 10 series, other than the ones that was on the recent Disney XD, and they said that it had some dark moments, that it was really well written, and there was a good amount of action. And from what I've seen from the old Ben 10 series, it looks like it had that. Now, the Ben 10 series that I watched, none of them were 3D, they were all 2D, so they are going to be like different. But again, I'm happy to see that these writers so far are totally okay with having, a writing style that is not totally kiddish or that the audience is brain dead, that they are okay with having some, well-written stories in there that have a lot of action and that do have maybe some darker toned moments. Duncan also mentioned some other stuff on Twitter that I want to cover here too, because some of this stuff is really crazy and really gets me excited for this show. Duncan got a question on Twitter and it says, "I'm pumped, but that leaves a question. Out of curiosity, would this make Sonic's multiverse part of the Man of Action multiverse? Ben 10, new Ben 10, Generator Rex, all of that?" Duncan responded with, "Sonic's got his whole thing. He's got an entire Sega world to explore in the next several years. After having said that, I can't rule out any crossovers. They have a lot of contracts to overcome. It would need the Infinite or Alien X moving things in the background." So what it sounds like right there is that, they don't want this to just be like a Sonic-centered universe, they're okay with expanding this to be like a Sega universe. If we get Knights or Billy Hatcher or any of the other Sega characters in the show somehow are referenced to, that would be great. And again, I think it works so well. The whole universe of Sega is so bright, so colorful, and so distinct from, I think, any real gaming medium out there, I guess, other than Balan Wonderworld, which is coming out now, which looks just like a Sega series. But it's so distinct, and I love the Sega universe, and I'm happy that, you know, that is on the table. So we'll have to see when Sonic Prime comes out if they will reference other Sega properties. And this next one really gets me excited. He got a question on Twitter, and it says, "You guys are my favorite creators, and Ben 10 and Sonic are tied for my favorite hero. I truly couldn't be more thrilled. Any chance you could ballpark the vibe/tone for us? Closer to Mega Man Fully Charged or Generator Rex?" Duncan responded with Generator Rex and maybe even a little more. That is such a good thing to hear. You know, as I mentioned, you know, regarding Mega Man Fully Charged, it did seem a little stiff in the animation department. There was action there, but not too much. And, you know, the dialogue overall was a bit toned down, and Mega Man fans, either they liked it or they didn't, and most of them didn't really like it. But to hear that they're going more of a Generator Rex vibe, I'm really looking forward to that. So I decided to watch some episodes of Generator Rex, and oh my god, you know, I can't, you know, show clips of them in the video, but I'm gonna have screenshots, moments from the show that I've seen, and it looks awesome. So much action, and the fact that he even says that they're gonna go even a little bit more regarding Generator Rex, that is awesome. I'm happy to see that they see the potential in Sonic not to just be a character that wanders around, does a life lesson here or there, or like that it's a Saturday morning cartoon. That there is a story to be had there regarding action, regarding stakes, regarding, you know, all of that. And I'm happy to see that. I am super happy to see that that is honestly confirmed now, and we should kind of expect that going in. And one last thing I do want to mention regarding Duncan is he also got this comment on Twitter that says, "I just realized you are making Sonic series. Does that mean you're gonna make a gigantic Sonic universe like Ben 10 has?" And Duncan said there already is one. We're just adding to it. So that confirms that, you know, this is taking place in the universe created by Sonic Team. Sega Bits actually did an article on this, and yeah, it does look like that they're just gonna add on to the series that we have already established. So that's great. So that's all we really know going on right now. And honestly, I feel like after going through the writers and seeing what they had to say on Twitter, stuff like that, we learned a lot of what we should expect regarding Sonic Prime. So at the end of the day, I am looking forward to it, but I am still just a little bit hesitant on the fact that it is 3D animated. You know, when it comes to cartoons, I think I've heard that, you know, 3D animation is actually cheaper and easier to do because you don't have to, you know, redraw constantly. You have a set model and you could shift it to do whatever you want. That doesn't mean the show will, you know, not have the same impact as, you know, say Generator Rex, because I mean, he said himself they want to go deeper into stuff like that. We'll see what it's like. I'm looking forward to it, but it all comes down to, you know, how the animation is and how, you know, the writing is and how much they want to dive into the characters, the stories, and how much stakes will be involved. Because at the end of the day, I want there to be a reason for me to tune in to every single episode of Sonic Prime. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. You know, the amount of support I've been getting recently has been absolutely insane. You guys are awesome. So again, you know, this is the best place for Sonic. We have a great community here, and I'm happy you guys are going on this journey with me in 2021. With all that said, this is Sam signing out. See you later, Procrastinator.